Hello guys. So I'm going to look at the Dragon Nashorn I've been working on for 3 days. I kind of hauled through it, so it kind of looks the part, but it's got some issues right now. So, let's see. So the first thing I want to point out is this. I'm not very good with kits of this type. So like, if you look right here, this is the photo etch for that. Right there. And it's kind of all crookedly bent because I don't really know what I'm doing. So I might just leave that off. Gotta get out. Okay, but instruction-wise, suspension stuff is fine. But as GeekyRocket pointed out, they don't really tell you what to do with this piece here. So I actually, luckily, hadn't put that on until last night after I saw his video. A lot of fiddly stuff in here, and then also I have not put these in, as he hasn't, because I didn't really understand what it was trying to tell me. Right up front. Sorry about that. Here, I actually got the photo etch in on the little viewer visor thing. I don't know what on earth. It looks like a mailbox. But it's in there. Right, so I did mess a few things up with the steps. Like, I didn't, excuse me, I didn't circle what was initial and what was initial modified and all that. So if you look in here, I have, oh god, you can barely see it. This is an initial placement of this part. Should be like right here. I don't care. Also, I had originally done this thing in photo etch and it died last night when I was trying to fix it a little bit. Worth mentioning really quickly is these things right here are a complete pain in the ass to get on, and they are the only thing I found with ejector pin marks on it. It's like really obvious, they're right there. But here, let's get to the important part. I'm kind of rambling a little bit. The gun, especially this step right here. None of this makes any sense at all. Where they tell you to put parts and they eventually want you to get it to look like this. Like, I couldn't do this. I don't know if anyone could. So what I did was I went to Google and typed in model-making.eu, Nashorn, and then the kit number of the old premium kit, which has the colored instructions that are older. And that had the actual good instructions so I could build the thing. And I had to have that up the entire time I've been building this because the instructions for this are terrible. So if you are doing it, go look at scans online of the older kits, and they have the same parts, which brings me to another complaint about this kit, which is that it is half new stuff and quite obviously half old stuff. Let me find an example. So like, a lot of this stuff up front here is new, but then you'll find assemblies that are just made up of old parts. Here, I'll show you on the gun. Like, this was 2-piece, and quite obviously it's been in their Nashorn kits since 2002. And the plastic is thicker, and the sprues look bad, and then you'll have to combine it with new stuff. And that's throughout this entire thing, which is kind of fine, but it's kind of obvious and weird. So like, these are old. This is very, very new. I have a open one. It's gonna go right here. New stuff, very snazzy. And then you've got old spruce that are in there, so the kit feels bastardized. But seriously, especially for Mr. GeekyRocket, who's building this, be very, very careful of this. All of the gun stuff. So where I'm at is, let's see, basically like step 16. I got there in 3 days. Overall, kind of fun. I got the springs in there. They don't look terribly convincing. Can't see any of that. But whatever, it's fun. So, mistakes. The sidewall that was warped is still kind of warped. I did my best to join it up, but it's kind of wonky, but it's fine for me. This piece was damaged, so this had the old out of scale one in it still, so I used that instead. Which is kind of cool about having old and new sprues in it, is that you can replace anything you kill with like an older version. Gun's done, upper hull's done. All I really have to do is put on the back stuff, like this plate and anything inside. And suspension, I'm actually really quite cruising on it, because I just wanted to see if it was going to work. So I was racing to the point where I could put this plate on. There's a little bit of fit issue, and that's because of the bend. You can see it right here, right there. That's because of the shape of that plate. This one doesn't have that. But overall, it's very, very cool. I feel like there's a lot more things that I messed up that I can't remember right now. But my advice, seriously, keep a website open with a scan of older instructions. Obviously do more dry fitting than I did. Like, I also want to point out they don't mention, like right here, that's a separate piece they don't mention. Just like these hatches, that's a separate piece they don't mention, the hinge, which GeekyRocket also mentioned. So they keep doing that. If you do the early and not the initial modified, they don't mention that piece. They don't mention all kinds of pieces. So again, if you keep the old instructions up, the old instructions do mention the pieces these don't mention. So yeah, I think that's about it. The gun's pretty cool. I didn't mess up too much, but I'm not good with photo etch at all, so the fact that I got these pieces in is like a miracle. And this stuff here, but I don't think I'm going to bother with that bent piece in the front here. I don't know how to make things curved in a circle without ruining them. Also, there's supposed to be little photo etch rails that go along here. I'm going to ruin those because they suck. And then this antenna, I fit wrong, so I had to trim it right there just to fit in here. Oops. So I think that's about it, but I figure for a weekend that's not bad. It's really cool. It's just quite obviously bastardized and not completely new tooled. So, like, let's see if I can. I think the entire old kit is in this box. You get all of these sprues with like all of the stuff you don't use. But like, here's a newer one, the ammo sprues. They look like you'd think smart kits would. And like, I think this is the old ammo boxes, which you use like some parts from. I don't know, it's really weird. But it went together okay. I did also accidentally glue in some, this is for like the initial inner travel lock, it's not on this one, so I wasn't paying enough attention. I need to go through and circle things like some of the guys do. But I'm learning. This is like my 1, 2, 3, fourth or fifth Dragon kit only, and one of them was a Panzer IV Super kit that completely defeated me. So I figure not too bad. These are a complete pain in the ass, by the way. Holy hell. They crumble really badly when you cut them off. Let's see, what else? Anything important? No, I don't think so. So that's where I'm at. I figure I have to go back to work like in an hour. So I won't get nearly anything done like I did this weekend, this week. So I just hauled ass through it. And that's where it is. So I will update people when it is probably done being built, maybe primed. Later.